Brothers and sisters, I just want to warn you about being careful about people in these last days. Always trying to quote scriptures, whether it's wrapped around their fears or it's wrapped around their comfort. They always want to use the scriptures to justify their comforts and their fears. So nowadays, like all the time, when the money's in jeopardy and, the risk of the money is not going to be there for whatever the rumor is, you got these false prophets and these false prophetesses and all these weird hypocrites coming out here because they fear and they have been raised to love money and see it as the all of all to everything, happiness, whatever. These hypocrites want to quote scripture, these unbelievers that don't believe in the Bible anyway, coming out here, quoting scriptures, don't know what they talking about, but because they fear of losing the money and fear of losing their comfort, they want to use the script and create this environment where now all of a sudden they a prophet now. They are prophetess and this is what the book says. And then at the one side of their neck, they don't believe the script. It's nothing but a bunch of fairy tales to them. You know what I mean? You got to watch out for these little weird hypocrites. It happens every time. The money's in jeopardy. It's losing its value. You got these hypocrites and all of a sudden they want to get spiritual. They want to start quoting things out of the script that they don't know what they're talking about. Don't know, what was going on about what they quote. They don't know nothing. And it's all wrapped around mainly their fear of losing the money. However they getting it. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking, man, I was born in the 80s. And round about the late 80s, I say about 89. Y'all remember the game system Atari, right? You remember with the one stick in the butt. And y'all remember the games back in those days. None of the games we played, I'll say and I'm just dealing with people who was born in the 80s. I was born in the mid 80s. So you talking about from like 89 to about 95, I want to say. So about 89 to 95, most of the popular games back then that a lot of kids played did not involve any money. Okay? It was like a soft, it was a soft reality of good versus evil. That's how games were. You know what I mean? Y'all remember Sonic the Hedgehog. You remember little games like that where we was going against the bad guys. It had nothing to do with money. It was all about going against the bad guys and making that video game world, saving that video game world from the bad guys. That's what it was. You know what I mean? And then further on in the time, they started adding money to the video games. You know what I mean? Now your reward is getting money. Now it's not about fighting the bad guys. Now it's all about getting the money. And not only that, they done shaped video games where getting the money, you gotta steal, kill, and destroy for it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, what I'm saying all that to say is that these people that come out here using scriptures to defend they trust in the money, these people are fake, brothers and sisters. You got to be careful of lending your ear and opening your heart to these people, man, because like I said, once they get the damn money, now all of a sudden, the Bible ain't real anymore. Now all of a sudden, it ain't about the Bible no more. It ain't about what the script, I got money. It's all about working hard. It's about the grind. But when these hypocrites are not in control, or they feel like they are losing control of the flow of money they got coming into their lives, now all of a sudden they start quoting scriptures. They don't know what they talking about. And thinking they standing on something. They got a whole bunch of gullible people listening to these weird hypocrites and being tossed to and fro in the spirit. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they even coming out here talking about the mark of the beast. Don't know what they talking about, bro. They don't know what they talking about. And what's, I'm going to get into it a little bit more. But in Yahushua, what's been really crossing my mind about the mark of the beast and how it talks about how those people that took that mark, you know what I'm saying, they worship the image of the beast. You got these people down here, man, that have been raised that creating their own righteousness and putting their name on it is the way to go. And what you're starting to see is what we've been seeing is you're seeing a lot of brute beast behavior from people. And I talked about this before, but not to this depth. These people that try to create their own reality or their own righteousness, and you could say their own reality, these people are prejudiced in that righteousness. So it's only certain people that's going to benefit the good that these people are creating out of their own righteousness. You know what I mean? There's only certain people they'll help and other people they won't. So, and that's brute beast behavior, because that can change any way. You know what I mean? It can change either way. They can choose to help you, choose not to help you, but at the same time, these same hypocrites claiming they got some type of moral compass to them, and it's not the facts. So, dealing with that mark of the beast, these hypocrites, hold on, let me slow down, Alahim. And I'm not trying to get racist with this, but this is mainly my people doing it, and I'm getting sick and tired of seeing these hypocrites do this. It's so disgusting seeing them. And it be these old, man, it be these old people, dude, that be out here manipulating the younger generation with this trash. Now, in Africa, the currency over there and the majority of people over there are dark-skinned people. The people that's printed on the money is dark-skinned people or African leaders that were over there, right? But most of the people that's on the continent over there, they look at white people as divine individuals. This is not racist. I'm just speaking the facts. They look at these people as heavenly divine, and they worship these people. You got people over here in America, so-called black, dark-skinned people, they claim to be pro-black. They don't worship, they seemingly don't look at so-called white people as heavenly divine. Yet, they worship the money that a Caucasian's face is on the bill. So, what I'm trying to get you to see is that when you're dealing with people that trust the money, whether it's openly or it's secretly, and there's a people's image on the money, and these people have been taught that money is of high value. It's basically these people's everything. Soon as the money, whether they have it or not, their whole life is wrapped around if I have money or if I don't have it. And what these people tend to do is when they have nothing else to run to, when they really feel in jeopardy, they are going to let you know what they really worship, who they really trust, and what really means something to them. I said this back in the day, man. People would tell you their faith by the things they speak. People want to look down on words, but I'm telling you right now, that's how most of my discernment comes from, is how people talk. You tell me where your faith is at. You tell me where your trust is. Now, don't get it twisted with me. I understand the way money works, but do I worship it? No, man. I'm not gonna. There's been plenty of times over the last 10 years, about 5 out of the 10, I was in between jobs like crazy. You wouldn't have known it. Job here, job over there, getting fired because people got attitudes or whatever. Man, I was going through ups and downs like crazy. Nobody was even there. I ain't had no family, no friends. Literally, Alahim was helping me through strangers. Almost lost my house. Family looking at me sideways. Man, long story short, these hypocrites out here, soon as you get a whip of that damn money about to leave, all of a sudden, you start talking all this fear trash out your damn mouth. of a sudden, where your faith at, hypocrite? And it be these old hypocrites I'm getting tired of hearing. Just a little bit of pain. You start running your damn mouth, quoting scriptures you don't really care about, out here confusing people because you in fear of losing your damn comfort. Crit! So what I'm trying to tell you is, brothers, is to watch out for these money-loving hypocrites. Because I'm not going to predict anything. But the way these hypocrites treat that damn money, I see where you are marked with the beast. Because anything you would do and anything you going to say for that damn thing. And I could have easily came out here and started picking up robbing people. Hitting licks on people. Join the gang. Sell some dope. Be a pimp. Whatever the fast lane to get some damn money. But because of my faith in the boss, sure, I ain't do none of that damn trash. So why every time you little weak hypocrite, as old as you is, soon as you get into a bind, the first thing you want to do is quote some scriptures while you in the background looking for a fast lane to make some damn money where you can keep playing your damn games. Crit! Me, Allaheen. Make me sick with that trash, man. And then when you get the damn money, you act like the Bible don't exist. Oh, whoever y'all think he is. Calling all these damn names out. You don't even know the Savior's name. You don't even know the Father's name. You don't give a care about it. But you know that damn money, though, don't you? I bet you know all the names of the presidents that's on the damn money, don't you? Crit! I bet you do. So I will go back to what I was saying about that African, those blacks over there and blacks over here. These hypocrites worship the damn money, man. They worship the face that's on the paper. And since the dollar, the American dollar is so-called the highest value of currency over here or on the earth, that's what them hypocrites put their trust in. I'm showing you they savior. I'm showing you who they see as the most high. I'm showing you. And the people that's face on it, they worship the people the same damn way they worship that damn money. And the scriptures talk about how people took the mark. It was in their hands and it was in their forehead. They worship the image. They worship that damn money in their heart. Along with the faces that's on them bills. You black-hearted hypocrites. You ain't tricking nobody, hypocrite. I'm watching you like a hawk, hypocrite. Especially you old, tired, lame, faithless, unbelieving old hypocrites. You make me sick. Coward. And you was around people that was heavy in the script. And you the main one coming out here disrespected, disgusted. Pagan hypocrite. Coward hypocrite. Worship your damn money, hypocrite. But just like I said, when y'all days is over and you get to that graveyard, hypocrite, call out to the damn dollar and see what happened, hypocrite. And brothers and sisters, I also want to put out here too, watch out for these hypocrites that claim to be pro-black and they always got something slick to say about people who believe in the script. These are the most chaotic, spiritually chaotic hypocrites you don't ever want to be around. You got these hypocrites out here, you know, putting negative labels on people who believe in the script, like we just so weak and we're defenseless and we're easily bullied and all of that. These weird hypocrites, bro, that talk like that and think like that, you have no idea, hypocrite, that was the way. And the reason why we able to have the freedoms we have now is because the people that believed in the script. We had to show a different side of us that was contrary to how we were being treated by another group of people. And because the scriptures were so heavy spiritually in us back in those days, that's why we was able to make it out of those tough times. Brothers and sisters, what I'm saying is these hypocrites today that's claiming they pro-black, that go against the script, stay far away from these hypocrites because they gonna end up catching you or getting you caught up in some fire that you not gonna have anything to put it out. And these are some unbelieving hypocrites, dude. These are some snake, false prophet testing hypocrites. Okay? when you look back in slavery days and you see how spiritually thick those people were, because they didn't have anything. What else you got? Who are you going to depend on to show a different behavior outside of how you're being treated? What are you going to depend on? You're going to depend on something that's higher than what you're seeing around you. That's why these people back in the day was able to do great things. That's why they was bold to speak things the way they spoke. They didn't have to be violent. They didn't have to use derogatory language. They didn't have to be tricky and be all weird. They did it the right way, which in this world is the hard way, which a lot of lazy hypocrites don't want to deal with. And for the most part, these so-called black people that talk about money today and what we deserve, most of these hypocrites are some lazy hypocrites. They don't even respect who they claim they respect as our ancestry. They don't respect that. How you gonna sit there and disrespect the script when you look back in those days and all you seen in those people's households was the script? How you gonna disrespect that and then say it ain't nothing? It's all about the money. You hypocrite. Yeah, go ahead and fight fire with fire, and both of you hypocrites gonna get burned up. Yahushua talked about hypocrites like that. Let them alone. The blind leaders are leading the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both will fall into the ditch. That's what we seeing these fake hypocrites out here loving this money. They the blind leading the blind. Don't even understand you following a demon. Hypocrites spitting on the Savior, but you want to claim you got some morality in it. You got these weird hypocrites coming up with these weird names for whatever spirituality they walking in. Man, dude, straight up and down. Weirdo for real. So I just want to put that out there, brothers. So this ain't got nothing to do with no racism. I'm out here watching my surroundings like Yahushua say. He said, watch and pray. That's what he said. Watch and pray, and I'm watching. And how these hypocrites, and I said this years ago, I said how the pride, when you look back in early America, what you seen back then, as far as the people who were in authority over the rules, even like their offsprings are today, but when it was really open like that, the pride of Satan was in them people raw. You can see it. It was not held back. It was absolutely expressed. They let you know that they were allowed to literally show the pride of Satan back in those days, whether it was in violence, whether it was in music, whether it was in comedy, whether it was in group gathering. It don't matter. Satan was allowed to be expressed back in those early American days. Okay? I said this years ago. I said, as the rules are beginning to change, you can see the pride of Satan going into these so-called black people now. Because now they starting to talk just like the so-called white people did back in the days. It's all about money. It's all about status. And most of the things that I hear these so-called pro-black people be talking about, what they be really despising is people that are willing to go what they call the lame way or the sucker way. Black people got their little slang, so they say go the sucker way. And because a lot of these people are insecure when it comes to certain jobs, because when you look back in early America and how our ancestors were treated, jobs like custodial, construction, these people were bullied into doing these things. They were harassed and tormented into doing these things. So these black people don't even understand modern day. They want to be like the so-called white folks of old time, just sitting on your behind, running your damn mouth and making everybody else do your work for you. That's what they want. And you can see Satan's pride just going into these people's hearts. And you hear that damn language coming out of their mouth. Money there, all about the money. But you ain't never hearing them hypocrites talking about doing no work. They all trying to find some desk that they can sit behind and run their damn mouth. Just like the oppressor they claim to be going against. You hypocrites is fake, dude. You fake. I ain't never wanted to be like you, hypocrite. I watch you hypocrites not to be like you. You understand that? Hypocrites embarrassed of going to work. You embarrassed of working for the community. You want to be like the people that you claim that are oppressors. You want to be like them. Really? No, I don't want to be like that. That's weak. Because you know why? When you always have your way going every time you have your way going the way you want things, just a tiny bit of pain, just a little sprinkle, you will go crazy. You will lose your mind. You will literally go crazy. And that's what we're seeing what's happening out here. People who love the damn money, man, as soon as they hear anything that's happening with that money or it's going down or somebody, they start crying, they start boo-hooing, everything. Just a tiny bit of pain, just a tiny bit. Hypocrites can't go through nothing. And these same hypocrites out here talking all that pro-black trash out your damn mouth, hypocrite, and you ain't got none of the ancestry spiritualities in you. You a hypocrite to the core. Man, I'm telling you right now, stay away from them hypocrites, man. That's the blind leading the blind. Them hypocrites ain't nothing like the ancestries back then. And the ancestries back then didn't have, what you call out of him? They didn't have access to the knowledge we have, not even a lick. So the little knowledge they had of the script, that's what got us all the way here. And you talking about we actually have access to learn more about the script. And you got these hypocrites that are the offsprings of that want to disrespect. Hey, you hypocrites. Hey, pride goeth before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. That's how I see you hypocrites that disrespect, faking like you respect the ancestors. You a fake hypocrite, bruh. You been fake. You understand that? And for you little weird hypocrites come out here quoting scriptures every time you fear your damn money about to leave you, hypocrite, and you don't know the Savior's name. You're calling all these Greek pagan idols you call and making up names. Man, you the fakest hypocrite. I'm so disgusted with you hypocrites, bro. And you hypocrites are old where you came from families where the Bible scriptures was heavy. That was the core of keeping a family. You hypocrites come from that. And you the main ones out here amongst the younger generation disrespecting your ancestries and your own self. Talking about the damn money. Really? And you hypocrites. Oh man, help me out, y'all. Help me to calm down. You hypocrites is out here doing jobs. And you're going after jobs where you can just sit on your behind and talk. And these are the very jobs that you're hearing out here now that AI is taking over. And you know what these people really crying about? They don't want to come down here in the workforce. You don't want to come down here and get your boots dirty. You don't want to come down here and get your hands dirty. Oh, you don't want to leave your house and come on out here and get it. Yeah, I know what it's all about. And this ain't just me talking about black people. White people do it too. Hey, them hypocrites love that damn money. And just now we hearing news, people losing their job. What they crying over? Yeah, they crying over that they lost their job. But the real fact is they don't want to come down from how they been making money to come find another way. And they know the only way to come out here really to get it now is you got to come down here where AI can't do nothing down here. They don't want to come down there. They've been pampered butts up there, and you got these people out here making this so-called content, putting titles on themselves like they working hard. No, you hypocrite, your time is running out too, hypocrite. You want to get on these contents and run your damn mouth and get your check, but AI gonna come for y'all hypocrites. And you gonna have to bring your little soft hand, soft foot behind. You gonna have to come out here. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it's all about. And this ain't me mocking. It's you money-loving hypocrites. Your time is running out. Your time is running out. Y'all hypocrites was saturating in how you was getting that money. You was talking big and heavy. All you hypocrites that's out here trying to get money the easiest way you can, they done created something down here called the AI that's coming to take them very easy jobs that you hypocrites was trying to be like yo massa. Sit on your behind and run your mouth, and that same massa is taking your job. So now what you gonna do? I said that. Crit.